Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Now, we do have a couple headlines we're bringing you today. Now, both of these are a little bit heavier, some sadder things we have going on around the tri-state. So we're going to start today in Spencer County, where a set of parents is mourning the loss of their adult son. They say late last night he drove through the garage and then into a lake. Now, it happened at their home off County Road 400 West near Rockport.
Yeah, the couple called 911, but they say it took more than an hour for divers to arrive. The parents say their son died and an autopsy is now pending. Dispatchers did confirm there was a call about a car driving into the water last night, but that's all they could tell us. We're still waiting to hear back from deputies, but our photographer is there talking to those parents as well, and he got this photo for us of that lake. You can see the tire tracks in the grass there, right there before that lake. So, of course, a developing story, and we'll make sure to bring you more as soon as we get some more information.
Now, switching to another story that started developing late last night and we've been following since. We have some new information on a house fire that we told you about at that time. Now, several agencies responded to a home on North Lincoln Avenue. This is in Gibson County. Firefighters say the homeowners were not home, but 3 dogs died.
Yeah, officials say surface pumps at the plant were down, which means they had no extra water pressure. Crews were afraid to drain the lines, so they used tanker trucks instead. When other agencies arrived, they used fire hydrants. Officials say they think the fire started in the back of the home, but they say finding a cause isn't likely because of the extent of damage. So quite a battle there for those firefighters in Oakland City. Our Leslie Chapman is working to get some more information. Of course, she'll have the latest for us tonight on 14 News.
Now, of course, those are the biggest stories that we're following here today. We've got reporters and photographers looking into those. But, of course, people are working on other things as well. So be sure to check back in with us later tonight at 14 News at 4, 5, and 6, and later this evening at 10.
All right, do not go anywhere. Meteorologist Arden Greger will be right back with your 14 First Alert forecast.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory, and this is a live look at the Evansville riverfront. Lots of blue sky and sunshine out there today. You can tell from the flags, though, there's a pretty stiff breeze. It is sunny, breezy, but colder out there today, and that's because that wind is coming from the west-northwest, so it's pulling colder, drier air into the tri-state. Over the weekend, we will see some clouds, but it will be warmer than it is today. Then our big warm-up comes in next week. We're talking about one of the warmest Christmases on record here in the tri-state. Now, so far, the month of December, I think, has been kind of interesting because the first half of December was one of our coldest starts. The first 2 weeks, 15, 16 days of December were colder than average. But then just middle of this week, we kind of flipped the script and we've been in the upper 50s the past couple of days. Now today, obviously, we are dealing with a cool down. A cold front rolled through the tri-state last night. That did bring us some wind and some rain. Evansville picked up just short of an inch of rain last night. At times it was almost raining sideways because it was so windy and so rainy, but all of that's out of here now. That cold front has pushed way off to the east. You can actually almost see where it is, right where that changeover goes from warmer to colder. And right now in Evansville, it is currently 22 degrees colder than it was at this same time yesterday. So that cold front really packed a punch as far as our temperatures are concerned. It is sunny across the region now, though. The rain that we saw last night has pushed off into New England and the East Coast, and the clouds rolled out early this morning. So for most of the day, we have had sunshine, but the sunshine hasn't done much to warm us up. Our temperatures are ranging from the mid-30s to low 40s, just depending on your location. It's 36 right now in Evansville, 37 in Henderson and Owensboro. And again, that's not due to a lack of sunshine. That's because of our wind direction. And wind direction is going to be very important as we go through the next few days. Today we've got that cold, dry air flowing in from the west-northwest, but that wind is going to start to die down as we go through the night tonight. Temperatures are going to drop back into the upper 20s to right around 30. Then I think even before the sun rises tomorrow, we'll gradually start to warm back up as the wind picks back up, but from a different direction. The wind's going to come in from the south tomorrow. So much like the past couple days have been, it's going to pull that warm southerly air up into the tri-state, and that's going to push our temperatures into the mid-50s Saturday afternoon. Now we do see a very brief cool down back into the 40s on Sunday, then the real warm up kicks in. Look at this, just each day a little warmer all the way up through Christmas. And again, the main driving force behind that is a change in our wind direction. So tonight into tomorrow, our winds switch around and come in from the south. So first thing tomorrow morning, we'll already have that southerly breeze coming in that's going to push us into the low to mid 50s Saturday afternoon. A weak cold front will then push through the tri-state Saturday night. That is going to bring us some clouds. I can't rule out a stray sprinkle, but I really think we're probably going to stay dry this weekend. We will see some clouds, though, mainly late in the day Saturday, carrying over into Sunday. And notice behind that cold front, our wind direction changes. So colder air coming in from the north just for Sunday drops us back about 10 degrees into the low to mid 40s. That cool down does not last, though. By Monday, notice that wind direction already starting to shift back around. And then especially as we get into Monday evening, that's when this warm front comes in from the southwest. Now with that, we are going to see some rain, but we're also going to see this surge of warm air from the south. And that's where, when I showed you that temperature graphic a minute ago, it just goes up, up, up all the way through Christmas as this southerly breeze continues. Now we will see a chance of some scattered showers from late in the day Monday into Tuesday, and probably lingering maybe even into Wednesday. This system looks like it's going to be slow to move out of here. It'll then finally lift to the north and take the rain chances with it for the most part as we get into Thursday, which is Christmas. So Christmas Day, the rain will be pushing off to our northeast. It's possible, some models are indicating, we could even get a few peaks of sun Thursday afternoon. But again, I want to draw your attention to the wind coming in from the south-southwest. So Christmas Day, it's still going to be mostly cloudy. It looks like it'll probably be dry, but it's going to be breezy and it's going to be warm. Very warm. We're talking about highs in the upper 60s. The current forecast is a high of 68 degrees. Now, if that holds, that would put us right here, tied for second place. Back in 2021, we had a record high of 72, but then next down on the list, 2019 and 1982 are tied for second at 68 degrees, and that's the current forecast for this year as well. If that trends up even just another degree or two, we could push those down to a tie for third place and really solidify second place there for this year. Either way, we are talking about one of the top 3-4 warmest Christmases on record in Evansville. So we're not just talking about a little warmer than average, we're talking very warm. It is not normal for Christmas to be this warm, but that's what we have in store this year. So definitely not a white Christmas, probably one of our warmest Christmases ever. So here's just kind of a snapshot, a summary of everything we just talked about. Tomorrow, mainly sunny. We will start to see some clouds though as that cold front starts to move in. That does drop our temperatures about 10 degrees. We go from highs in the low to mid 50s Saturday to low to mid 40s on Sunday. Sunday, by the way, is the winter solstice. Winter officially starts around 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. It is certainly not going to feel that way though. That's why I was saying earlier when I showed you that calendar, I think that's so fascinating because the first half of the month was colder than normal, one of our coldest starts to December ever. and the second half of the month looks like it's going to be much warmer than normal. So by the time all's said and done, we could have, a high of 15 this past Sunday to a high in the upper 60s on Christmas Day. And when you look at the month as a whole, it may end up looking pretty average. We do have that chance of a few hit or miss showers then as you get into Monday, Tuesday, lingering into Wednesday, probably drying out by Thursday, but it looks like the clouds are going to be a bit more stubborn. We don't need the sunshine to warm us up though. That wind is going to be putting in the work, and that's what's going to be pushing us into the 50s and then the 60s as we go through next week. For those of you curious about the extended outlook then, all the way through the end of the year, the extended outlook from Saturday, January 27th, up through the start of January continues to show a trend of above average temperatures. So it looks like even if it's not going to be as warm as Christmas, even if we're not talking upper 60s, we could be talking about 50s and 60s all the way into the start of next year. And the precipitation trend shows near average. So a little drier to our southeast and northwest, a little wetter to our southwest and northeast. But here at home, probably just kind of typical, which means there could be a few scattered showers in the mix, some rain chances thrown in there, but not expecting an overwhelmingly wet or rainy weather pattern. In general, it looks like it'll be mostly dry and warmer, certainly warmer than you would expect for the end of December. I'm not seeing any questions in the comments today, so I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. Again, here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Some clouds, warmer than today, but still not too far off from average this weekend and into early next week. Then Tuesday into Wednesday, that's when that warm air really starts kicking into high gear. And by Thursday, Christmas Day, we're looking at mostly cloudy, breezy, and probably one of the warmest Christmases we've ever had in the Tri-State. Currently on track to tie for the second warmest Christmas on record. If we get to 72, we'll set the all-time record, but right now that seems like a bit of a stretch. We'll keep an eye on it though. I mean, if it keeps trending up, we could maybe see that record in jeopardy there. All right, still not seeing any questions, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Michael Fecco will have an updated look at your forecast on 4, 5, 6, and 10, and he'll be back on our streaming platforms tonight at 9. So if you have any questions or comments, you can bring those to Michael tonight at 9. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.